Today we're going deep inside the brain of a narcissist to help us better understand exactly what we're dealing with. One of the most amazing things that happens when it comes to narcissists and relationships is that we notice the traits are absolutely the same across various life situations. Is there something specifically neurological going on as the result of childhood abuse or trauma or neglect? I dug into this a little bit and I'd like to share with you what I found. That's exactly what we're talking about today at queenbeing.com. So let's get started.
Closed captioning provided by Athena Moberg and CPTSDFoundation.org.
My name's Angie Atkinson, and on this channel I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and let's get going. How is a narcissist's brain different than everyone else's? We all know that narcissists are seriously lacking in empathy, especially those who would be classified as having NPD or narcissistic personality disorder. Well, that is, if they ever give anyone the chance to diagnose them officially. Side note, they won't do that because they don't feel there's anything wrong with them. But according to my research, people with narcissistic personality disorder do show less gray matter in the left anterior insula, which is the part of the brain that's linked to empathy. The layman's version of that scientific explanation is that those parts of the brain that mediate empathy, which is of course the ability to care about other people's feelings, are lower functioning and therefore less capable of focusing on others. In other words, a narcissist has less gray matter in their brain than someone who is capable of empathy. We know that NPD is characterized by arrogance, self-absorption, but now we also know there are structural abnormalities in that region of the brain that has been linked to empathy. Now, the left anterior insula region of the brain is believed to be involved with cognitive functioning, as well as the regulation of emotion. It has also been tied, of course, to empathy and compassion. One of the study authors actually said that while this area of the brain was already a region of interest for empathy, this study brought forth for the first time that empathy is structurally correlated in the brain. Researchers say the differences in the narcissist's brains are actually literally causing them to turn inward and self-focus. In a German study, for example, researchers found that the degree to which a person was able to exhibit empathy was directly tied to the amount of gray matter in the brain, both in the healthy individual as well as those with narcissistic personality disorder. And narcissists were typically found to have less gray matter in the brain, according to the study. While there are various types of narcissists, and while they do exist at various levels of toxicity, sort of on a spectrum, there are 4 basic traits that every narcissist has in common. According to a 2013 study, researchers were able to define the following traits as being shared among all narcissists, despite other definitions and forms of the personality disorder. It didn't matter if they were a covert narcissist or an overt one, or one of the many other types that we've defined. So what are the 4 qualities shared by all narcissists? Regardless of classification, all narcissists will display the following qualities. Number 1, they're selfish. Number 2, they disregard other people. Number 3, they are self-centered. And number 4, they lack empathy. All of this basically leads to the fact that narcissists have very low emotional quotients, or EQs, and now we have structural proof of that. Our EQ is a crucial measurement of our ability to understand ourselves and other people and to identify and regulate emotion. The EQ can predict our career success, our relationships, and more. It's really an important and highly valuable asset to have. Emotional intelligence appears to correlate with IQ. It is generally thought that you can train your emotional intelligence by learning to better understand your motivation and the motivations and the actions of other people. How about that? Who do we know that could benefit from that? Narcissists? Oh, yeah, good, okay. But while emotional intelligence can certainly be broken down into a series of learnable abilities, it is also strongly linked to our personalities and to the neurological processes. In many ways, our capacity for understanding emotions and controlling our own emotions is biological, as in we were born that way. But stick with me and we're going to talk about how all of this works. Okay, let's start with emotions. Our emotions are generally regulated by neurotransmitters and by hormones that our body releases in response to a range of different stimuli. So a good example of that would be when the body releases endorphins or feel-good hormones. These act as antidepressants, which help us
combat pain and stress. They're produced when we think about people we love and when we're very happy. Oh, and also when we exercise. Meanwhile, we also produce cortisol, the stress hormone. We do that when we think about things that make us anxious or when we wake up to our alarm clock. Cortisol. We produce norepinephrine when we're scared, melatonin when we're tired, dopamine when we're focused and motivated. Ultimately, these chemicals tell our brain how we should feel about certain things, whether we should remember them, and how our body should respond. But everyone has different levels of these chemicals, meaning some people are just naturally happier than other people. The good news is that tools like cognitive behavior therapy can teach us to control our reactions to things by seeing them in a different way, reframing, as it were. This is the first step toward better emotional intelligence. Let's talk about empathy. Empathy is controlled by mirror neurons, which fire in the brain when we see other people get rejected by a crush on TV. Our mirror neurons fire off and we feel sad for that person. Likewise, when we see someone smiling at us, our mirror neurons fire and we produce serotonin and we feel happier. This is what gives us empathy. This is what largely makes it possible for many of our social interactions. At the same time, when you see someone smile, you will tend to automatically copy that gesture and smile yourself. This in turn can lead to something we call facial feedback, which basically means that we produce neurotransmitters that are keeping in with the expression that we're pulling. So what does that mean? It means if you smile, your body is programmed to make you feel better. Your body recognizes that smile means happy and it gives you more of those happy hormones, happy neurotransmitters. So if you want to feel better, try smiling. Yeah, it works.
But back to the point of this video, does this mean that the structural abnormalities in a narcissist's brain lend to the idea that they are incapable of change? I think it's possible. I'm going to share with you a couple of videos in a playlist in the link above right here. Make sure you take a look at those if you're interested in learning more about narcissists, their psychology, and their ability to change. This brings me to the question of the day. And the question of the day is, do you believe that narcissists have a difference in brain structure? And what do you think this could mean for their ability to change? Share your thoughts, share your ideas, share your experiences in the comment section below, and let's talk about it. Now, before I go, I want to give a quick shout out to every single one of my subscribers, everyone who comments on my videos, shares my videos, likes my videos. Thank you so much. You are helping me to reach more people, to help them to discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships, and that means the world to me. So thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart. And while I'm here, I want to offer a quick shout out to my amazing channel members, those people who support me through the YouTube channel membership program. Their contributions help me to continue to offer free resources for survivors of narcissistic abuse through this YouTube channel, through queenbeing.com, and through many other sources. So again, thank you so much, Inner Circle. My Inner Circle includes Jessica, Lori, Jonathan, Abraham, Shannon, Kristen, Jill, OG Marv, Beautiful Purpose, Dawn Elizabeth, Roseanne, Shauna, Michael John, Julie, Mental Hilarity, Lou, Missy, Deborah, Denise, Stephanie, Tiffany, Nessa, Marsha, Stacy, Boku, Trisha, Kimberly, Thoy, Victoria, Patty, Carrie Ann, Ashley, Chantel, La Precious, Steph, Dana, Mo Cowboy, Shay, Christina, Ray Ray, Christy, Alda, Smith & Wesson, Ms. Lisa, Martha, Freedom Lee, Mindy, Lynn, Linnell, Phoenix, Cherie, Alice, Carrie, Angel, Bible News Radio, Linda, Charlie, Laura, Pierre Lala, Janet, Paul, Sarah Lee, Marlene, James, Life's Revival, Lorenzo, Deborah, Roxanne, and my very first supporter, Angela Falsetta. Again, I just want to say to my Inner Circle, thank you so much for hitting that join button. It really does mean a lot to me to know that you're supporting me. Thanks again from the bottom of my heart. As always, thank you so much for being a part of my day and a part of my life, and hey, thanks for letting me be a part of yours. It really does mean a lot to me. All right, now that's all I've got for you. But before I go, take a look at the videos I'm leaving for you right there and right there. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button so we can stay connected and continue on this healing journey together. I'll see you soon.